This is a model of how to turn some notes that you have for a body paragraph into an actual body paragraph. For my topic, for my thesis statement was the three presidents that were very well known and why they were so well known: Washington, Lincoln, and Kennedy. And then I've chosen to model body paragraph 2, which is about Lincoln. So to get to the point where I had a nice topic sentence for body paragraph 2, I had done my research and decided kind of what the main idea of that paragraph was. And then I had remembered that my body paragraph 1 had been about George Washington, so I did a nice transition into the topic sentence for body paragraph 2, which is about Lincoln. I wrote, in addition to George Washington, another outstanding president, Abraham Lincoln, came into office at one of the worst times in our nation's history, a time when it looked as if our nation may no longer be a United States. Because that is what most of what Lincoln was known for was. Then I saw my notes and I tried to figure out, how do I make that into the green, blue outline? So I thought, okay, elected just as the Civil War was beginning. That's good. That's good for a green. Then I'm going to make this into my blue. This is going to be my little detail about the Civil War. So I'm making this into my major detail. Not so great, can't see it very well. I'm going to make that into a darker green. And I'm going to make this into my minor detail. And this is a live recording, but I don't have time to start over, so it is a text, in fact. All right. Then it's after the Civil War. This is about the Civil War. This is after the Civil War. After winning the Civil War, he began Reconstruction of the South with a forgiving attitude, so that's good. But I don't really have a minor detail to go along with that. I do have my green. I'm going to have to go back to my research. And this would take quite a while. But we'll say that time flew, and I'm going to go back and I found my detail I need. So after doing a bit more research, I see that after winning the Civil War, began Reconstruction with a forgiving attitude. Well, really it looked like many Northerners wanted to punish the South by making them pay for parts of the war, but Lincoln advocated amnesty. That means forgiveness, so that they wouldn't have it so hard, so that the South wouldn't simply rebel again later, which would have created yet another civil war. Now, some of these words in here I got directly from that website, so I'm going to have to remember to cite my source at the end. This was paraphrased. And there's my minor detail. So I've talked about my main detail 1, and then a minor detail, main detail 2, minor detail. Now the assassination. He was assassinated before completing his presidency at the Ford Theater, but I don't have a minor detail for that. So again, I'm going to go back to my research. I didn't get quite enough research. And I see something perfect, but this thing is going to have to be a definite quote. I want to remember that's a quote. I really like that. But I've got to give credit to this source. So I'm going to use this quote. I mean, that's directly from it. I'm going to have to change the font around, and I'm going to put a little warning to myself so I don't plagiarize. And now there's a quote within a quote, so I'm going to have to change that. This is what you do for a quote within a quote. And then I'm going to have to remember to cite my source. So I'm going to set myself up. And you know what? I'm thinking to myself, why not just put my website down right now? So I'll fix the font up later. I'll make it blue. And I'm going to grab that URL. I don't want to forget that source because I want to give credit to the author. There we go. Now I can go back and put that in EasyBib later. And then after looking all of this over and thinking quite a long time about it, I put for my conclusive sentence, perhaps because of the character and determination of Abraham Lincoln, the United States was reunited, and the man who is known for his great leadership with this successful endeavor is continually and greatly honored to this very day. That is how I outlined one of the body paragraphs.